Hi everyone, Dr. Campbell here, and today I would like to provide you with an introduction to the HCPCS Level 2 code set. HCPCS is Healthcare Common Procedural Coding System. You probably have heard about the HCPCS code set when you learned about CPT. CPT, current procedural terminology, which is maintained by the AMA or the American Medical Association, represents level 1 of HCPCS, and then level 2 of HCPCS, also known as national codes, are actually maintained by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So these codes were created after CPT, and they were created to describe common medical services and supplies that were not classified in the CPT code set. Our HCPCS codes are 5 characters in length, but they begin with a letter followed by 4 numbers. These codes can be used to classify services that are provided by the physician, as well as other non-physician practitioners, such as speech therapists, nurse practitioners. They also can classify services that are provided by ambulance companies, supplies, and equipment that is provided by DME companies, and DME stands for Durable Medical Equipment Companies, which can also be known as DME POS dealers, and the POS standing for prosthetics, orthotics, and supplies. As described by Medicare, DME equipment is equipment that can withstand repeated use. It is also primarily used to serve a medical purpose. It's used in the patient's home, and it is equipment that would not be used if the patient didn't have this illness or injury. Our HCPCS codes are organized based upon the purpose of which the codes are being used for and the entity that's responsible for establishing and maintaining them. Those 4 types are permanent, temporary, miscellaneous, and then we also have modifiers. Yes, you heard me. There are modifiers in the CPT code set. There are also modifiers that are in the HCPCS code set. And I'm sure you know already, but those modifiers that are in the HCPCS manual can be used with the CPT code set and vice versa. All right, so our permanent codes. Permanent codes are maintained by CMS's HCPCS work group. Their role is to make decisions about the additions, revisions, and deletion of the codes. Now, keep in mind, HCPCS is a national code system, and so none of the parties, including CMS, can make any unilateral decisions regarding permanent national codes. So these codes are intended to be used by all private and public health insurers. So this work group, they work collaboratively to add, revise, and delete codes. Then we have our temporary codes. So temporary codes are maintained by CMS and other members of the CMS work group, independent of the permanent codes that I just spoke about. Permanent codes are updated once a year on January 1, but temporary codes allow payers the flexibility to establish codes that are needed before January 1st. About 30-35% of the HCPCS Level 2 codes are actually identified as temporary codes. Now, remember I mentioned that our HCPCS codes start with a letter. So those codes that meet the description of temporary codes start with the letter C, G, H, K, Q, S, and T, which you'll learn about shortly. Then we have our miscellaneous codes. And miscellaneous codes, also known as not otherwise classified codes, are those that are reported when a DMS POS dealer, and what's DME POS? Durable medical equipment, prosthetics, orthotics, and supplies. So when a DME POS dealer submits a claim for a product or service for which there is no existing HCPCS Level 2 codes. So it allows the provider or the dealer to submit that claim as soon as that particular item is approved by the FDA, even though there is no code that actually describes that product or service. Now, one of the things that's important to know is that when claims are submitted for a miscellaneous service, those claims are actually manually reviewed by the specific payer. And when they manually review those claims, they're looking for a complete description of the product or service. They're also looking for pricing information for that product or service and documentation to explain why the beneficiary, aka the patient, actually needs that item or service. All right, then we have our fourth type, which are our modifiers. So modifiers provide additional information regarding a HCPCS code descriptor. And HCPCS Level 2 modifiers can be alpha or alphanumeric, but they are 2 digits in length. Unlike CPT manual modifiers, they can contain numeric characters only. So where are the modifiers? Well, modifiers are found in your CPT manual. They are in the front of the CPT manual, as well as in Appendix A of your CPT manual. However, for a complete list of HCPCS Level 2 modifiers, you need a HCPCS manual, or you can access a list from the CMS data files, which I'll show you shortly here. All right, so let's talk about the HCPCS code section. So you remember me saying that the HCPCS codes are alphanumeric. They are followed by 4 characters for a total of 5 characters in length. So first up, A0021 through A0999. Here is where we're going to find codes for transportation services, and that includes ambulance. Then we have A4206 through A9999. This is where you're going to find medical and surgical supplies. B4000 through B9999. This is where we have enteral and parental therapy. So here you're going to find things like a patient that needs Ensure that's provided via enteral or parental infusion services, just to name a few. Then we have codes C1300 through C9899. These are our outpatient prospective payment system codes, and they include codes for biologicals, devices, and drugs that are eligible for transitional pass-through payments for hospitals, as well as items that are included in the new technology ambulatory patient classification, APC, under the outpatient prospective payment system. Then we have codes E0100 through E9999. This is our DME, and by now you know that this is the durable medical equipment. So this is the DME section of codes. Then we have codes G0000 through G9999, and this is one of our temporary code sets. And this is for professional healthcare procedures and services that do not have codes identified in CPT. So remember, the purpose of the HCPCS code set was to identify services that were not captured by our CPT manual. Of note, you will see some services that are in both manuals meaning CPT and HCPCS, and that could be because a particular payer is only going to accept a HCPCS code, such as CMS. All right, next up we have codes H0001 through H2037. Here, these codes are for alcohol and drug abuse treatment services. Then we have J0120 through JA499, and these are drugs that are not administered via oral method. So it's drugs administered other than the oral method. So here, those codes are J0120 through JA499. Then we have chemotherapy drugs, J8501 through J9999. Our next set of codes, K000 through K999. These are another batch of temporary codes. And these temporary codes include codes for DME, durable medical equipment. All right, next up, we have codes L0000 through L4999. This is for orthotic procedures and devices. Next up, we have L5000 through L9999. This is for your prosthetic procedures and devices. M0000 through M0301. This is for medical services. Then next up, we have P0000 through P9999. This is for our pathology and laboratory services. Q00 through Q0035 through Q9999. These are another set of temporary codes, and these include temporary codes for drugs, services, supplies, and tests until permanent codes are available. So remember, these are our temporary codes. Then we have R0000 through R5999. These are for diagnostic radiology services. Then you have S0000 through S9999, another set of temporary national codes. And these codes are actually reported to non-Medicare third-party payers, such as Blue Cross Blue Shield. And these are for services and drugs and supplies that are not classified in our CPT manual or in any other HCPCS level family. Then we have codes T1000 through T9999. These are known as national T codes established for state Medicaid agencies. Next up, V0000 through V2999. Here are vision services, and then V5000 through V5999. These are your codes for your hearing services. So earlier you heard me mention that HCPCS codes and modifiers and all of that can be found in a HCPCS manual. But if you don't have a HCPCS manual, you can actually obtain the entire HCPCS code set from the CMS website. This particular area is, if you go to the Medicare website, you type in HCPCS release and code sets, it will take you to a page that looks like this. And notice I have a couple of areas highlighted. And the first one is the 2019 HCPCS Index. This is where you will find an alphabetical index of your HCPCS code set. Immediately following that, you have your HCPCS table of drugs. Remember the J codes I spoke about? Those codes will be there. And then the third item, which I don't have a arrow for, is the 2019 HCPCS NOC codes. This is where you can grab the modifiers and all of the HCPCS codes. And so just in case I have my arrows in the wrong place, I want to show you what these guys look like. So this is the index. And it looks similar to CPT. It's in alphabetical order, but it's divided based upon the actual item that is being provided to the patient. Then here is the table of drugs and chemicals, or not drugs and chemicals, but the table of drugs. And then lastly, you have, this is an Excel spreadsheet, and this one will give you all of the modifiers as well as all of the HCPCS codes. All right, so the last thing that you'll want to know is that you can utilize 3M to locate HCPCS codes. And in another video, I'll actually show you how to find those codes using 3M. But to get you started, let me show you a couple of things. To get yourself prepared for my video where I'm going to show you how to use the 3M encoder to locate HCPCS codes, the first thing that you'll want to do is make sure that you can log in to the system. So the website is 3m.ahima.org, and let me just show you. So there's no www, so just this part here, 3m.ahima.org. The username is DVR001, and the password, all capital letters, AHIMA #33. Please keep in mind that the password is updated every so often. So that password of AHIMA #33 is the password at the time of this recording. So in order to use the system, you have to make sure you can get logged in. And then the last thing I want to show you is we always have to type in the age of the patient, and under product, we have to change it to HCPCS CPT code finder. So in case you're wondering, can this system be used to locate CPT codes? Yes, it can, in addition to HCPCS codes, and I'll show you that in another video. Thank you so much.